all the ups and downs of retail therapy. As shoppers hit the stores for the holiday season, how much are you buying as gifts and how much are you buying to boost your mood? Thank you for staying with us. I'm Erin LeBeau.
The big questions, right? I'm Tamsin Fidel. Well, retail therapy makes us feel good in the moment, but costs us big time in the long run. There was a study that was done by Coupon Birds, and it found that New Yorkers spend $1.6 billion on retail therapy, and nearly half the people say they buy things with the sole purpose of making themselves feel better. But then there's the big question, is it really making an impact on our mental health?
Okay, so joining us now to answer some of those questions is psychologist Dr. Mindy Weinstein. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so doctor, we all want to know, I'm sure we know how we feel, but can a good deal really make us happy?
Yes, and so there is actually science to that. So there have been studies that have shown that when we receive a coupon, our levels of oxytocin, which are associated with love and happiness, spike.
Wow.
Even more so, yeah, even more so than getting a kiss or cuddling or getting a gift. I mean, we really like our coupons.
I like that. I've got to sign up for more of those websites, right? All right, so let me ask you this, though, because I think we've all probably experienced it. Shopping makes us feel better when we're stressed or we're anxious. I don't know for how long, but it definitely does in that moment. Why is that?
There are a few reasons. I mean, first of all, when you are shopping, you're taking your mind off of whatever it was that was causing that anxiety or that stress, because now you have redirected your attention. That's part of it, and it's only going to occur during that time period. But the other thing that happens when we are engaging in a bit of retail therapy is we get a sense of comfort. It's comforting to us. So when we're stressed and anxious, we're looking for comfort. And we also want to put control back into our hands. Yeah. So that perceived loss of control, well, we control that a bit when we're shopping. We know what we're putting in our shopping carts, whether it's online or in person.
The control is interesting because that really does make sense and not something you initially think about, right?
I guess let's talk a little bit more about that comfort. Can we still get the same positive impact by window shopping or browsing online?
You know what, you can, and that's actually a good way to go about it. So you'll still get those same feelings. You can even fill up your shopping cart online. You know, some of us have that mindless scrolling, and I'm not going to say I'm above that, you know, where you're just looking at a shopping website, but adding those items to your shopping cart does do the same thing. It actually makes you feel more in control. It has the same comfort. Doesn't mean you actually have to hit the buy button. You can just close it out and you're going to feel good.
I'm actually guilty of right now going back to the shopping cart to see if it's gone on sale because they'll automatically update it.
That's the control.
That's bringing me.
That's the control part. I did have a friend that told me she would do that. She would just scroll websites to like put herself to, you know, to rest at night, to like calm down at night. And I thought, that makes me nervous. I didn't think you're supposed to do that. But, you know, some people use shopping as a coping mechanism for whatever it is. Is that bad to do or is it okay to do? I guess it depends on your checkbook.
Yeah, that's true. It is a big depends. So the thing about it, though, is if you are going to use that, you can do that, and it's okay, but you have to put parameters around it because it is an activity. So yes, first and foremost, think about your budget. Is this something that you shouldn't be doing? You shouldn't really be spending an extra dollar on anything. Well, then don't put yourself in that situation. Do other things that are going to help you cope instead. But if you give yourself a smaller budget and your wallet allows it, it's okay. Again, it's an activity, but you just, there's that fine line between overspending and being compulsive versus just needing to get out and clear your head.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk a little bit more about that then. Is there anything that we can do instead? Say if we want to avoid retail therapy because it costs so much, what are some other options to make people feel happier? I would think thrifting, maybe.
Maybe that'll work.
Well, yeah, that would definitely be one of the things. But you know how I mentioned that it really helps with that sense of control, getting that control back, and it helps with feeling, you know, that comfort. But there's other activities you can do that are going to cause those same feelings. And I didn't even mention the dopamine effect. And so that's where you just get that rush, you know, and we even get that when our packages arrive on our doorstep. But
it's like Christmas every day. Thanks, Amazon.
Exactly. But there's other things that we know through research that cause those same feelings. And so you're still going to have the comfort and the control. And those are things like meeting up with a friend, calling up a friend and saying, I'd love to get coffee today, lunch, dinner, you name it. Or maybe it's just a phone call where you're wanting to talk to a friend. That's going to divert your attention, but it's going to give you something to look forward to. And it's going to be that comfort. Getting outdoors is another really big one, and that even has to do with the sunshine. Getting out, getting in the sun, that helps our mood a lot. Even if it's just you're sitting on a park bench, something like that, eating your lunch outside, or just going out and reading a book, but getting that fresh air, getting the sunshine, and then a couple more things, exercising. So even if it's a walk around the neighborhood, that's going to, again, divert your attention and it's going to get really that mood improvement. And we talked about window shopping and online browsing and not buying, because those things can actually still help.
Or you could walk around the shops and then you kind of double up in your dopamine. I don't know. Dr. Weinstein, good to see you as always. Thank you so much and happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You too.
All right. For more tips from Dr. Weinstein, go to our website, powerofscarcity.com.